Everybody, Jordy of Carving Fusion. I'm trying another new microphone out, so let's see how this one works. If it's not that great, I apologize ahead of time. So this is a piece of wood I got on the beach a couple days ago, beach combing. Some of you see me grab it. I really like the color of this wood. It just looks like it's naturally weathered. It's bone dry. I'm not too sure what type of wood it is. On my beach combing video, you guys will see where I did break a piece off and I said it might be cedar. I don't think it is cedar at this point because it's too heavy. And cedar doesn't really go white like this when it's weathered. But sometimes, I guess sometimes it does. So I'm not too sure what type of wood it is. Like I said, I don't know if I said already, it's about 2 feet tall. It's about, I don't know, it's 6 inches wide. Depth, we got a little bit of depth there. What I think I'm going to do on this, just for the fun of it, is kind of do like a wizard. I don't know how much filming I'm going to do on this, but I know everybody likes the wood spirit videos. Wizards are basically wood spirits or wizards, whatever you want to say. This isn't going to have it's going to have like an old cloth hat, so it's not going to have a brim. A wizard like a straight pointy cap, like a dunce cap. It's going to have the kind of cap that kind of comes around the ears, like earmuffs on the side. You could even paint this to be a Santa if you want to. So let's give this guy a big thick nose, like a big thick bumpy nose, and just try and make it cool. So let's get the camera in the overhead and draw it on. And another thing too about a piece like this, I want to keep this natural weathered color on this wood. That's why I like this piece of wood so much, actually. So let's not try and hit that with our burrs when we're carving. Let's try and leave the natural part natural. All right? And because if you hit it, well, you're kind of screwing up the natural look, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so I'm just going to start off drawing this with a pencil. So our wizard cap will kind of be up here. Because you can always, with this stuff, you can probably, let's try and get the center first. So I'm really just, didn't want to put pen up here because you can't erase the pen. So that's okay for that now. So our wizard cap will be like this. Kind of give it some character. All right, there's that. So we need to leave this piece wide, because the cap comes down here. Then those will be the side pieces that come down past the ears. So that pretend this is all, what am I doing here? Okay, so that actually, yeah, that's right. Oh boy, it's one of those days. These last couple days have been one of those days. So here's the top of our cap. We could actually make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so like that. This will be the wizard hat. So your eyes, I don't like my hats way up on the forehead. I like my eyes to be, so let's just kind of bring this down a little bit more here and roll those edges off. My eyes, I want my eyebrows to be like right about here. I don't know how hard this wood is. I can feel the weight. I imagine it's probably fairly hard wood. So there's our cap. It's going to be right in here. So we don't want to touch any of this wood with our burr when it's spinning. So center line. So there's our, will be our eyebrows. And like I said, we want to give this guy a big, thick, big Gandalf. Shout out to Larry Dibbs. Gandalf nose. And then, so let's just carve. I'm going to be using my Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. Well, I'll show you right now. Anybody who wants to get these burrs, I might speed this up a bit, okay? I'm going to carve in the hat. I'm going to carve some depth in here, and I'll explain what I did after. This is the Kutzall Extreme Flame Burr. This is my 100% go-to burr. Anybody, I have to say this, anybody who wants to get these burrs, just go down below in the description. I got my Amazon store down there, my PayPal store down. Thank you for everybody that's bought me coffees recently. And the Kutzall site down there. So here's the burr I'm going to do it with. I wish I had a new one because this is fairly hard wood. So let me get all this blocked in, then we'll talk about the eyes and the beard and all that fun stuff. Okay? Okay. Okay, so before I start carving, I'm running a Dremel 4000. This is with the Dremel flex shaft. With the cut saw burr in here, and I'm using a foot pedal. Like I said, I'm not too sure what type of wood this is, so let's just do carving live. This is the microphone I usually use when I'm chainsaw carving. So let's see how well it does noise reduction for the Dremel carving. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. I still don't know what type of wood this is. Okay, so let's cut in these eyebrows now. Actually, let's cut in top of the cap. I'm pretty sure it's an old young Douglas fir. So now you got your cap. There's your hat. We can carve this all deeper later. Now let's there's a brim of your cap. So now we need to take this down again. Like to make your brim of your cap seem elevated off the face. So we'll have to redraw that nose back on. Okay, so yeah, this is a very tough old piece of Douglas fir. That's okay. It's good to carve different types of wood. That's how you get more experience. So there's the cap. You can see it's how it's elevated off the face. We still got tons of room to carve depth on here. This is just kind of the block out stage. So now let's redraw our eyebrows. Actually, start off with the center line. And this is just to give you guys tips. I'm not any professional carver or anything like that. It's kind of my favorite things to do are the wood spirits. So his eyebrows will be right here. So the closer you get the eyebrows to the top of the cap, the brim of the cap, whatever this would be, a cloth thing, I think the better. So the nose, we'll redraw the nose back on. I want to give this guy a thick nose. Like I say on my wood spirit videos, when you draw the nose on, it really helps to draw everything on like this side the same as this side, this pitch, like this pitch here and this pitch, and the length. It's better to draw your nose on bigger than smaller at first. So we don't need to draw the mustache on, but the mustache is just going to kind of come down like this. Then you'll have his bottom lip in there, and that will come down like this. All right. So let's cut across these eyebrows. So your eyebrows would be up here underneath the cap. Let's cut across these eyebrows, and then and like I say, I repeat on lots of my videos, the deepest cut is from here all the way around here. That's how you get the nose to pop off. All right. We got tons of room to push everything back more too. It just depends how much carving you feel like doing at the time, I guess. You know, I say the further that you push everything, like if I want to push this cap back really far, then you're going for, I guess you could say you're going for realism and you're trying to get the nose to stick furthest off the face, but you don't have to do that in all cases. As long as you're just, you know, putting her away, figuring out and enjoying yourself, then that's the main point about this. So anyways, let's get that burr and cut across the eyebrows and cut around the nose. Give it some good depth. What I'm doing there in this corner, I cut deep and I'm rounding it off to make the face seem rounder, it's not so flat. And definitely do not push as hard as I'm pushing. Take your time, let the bird do the work. Now start removing the wood below the nose and around beside the nose. Okay, so now let's start removing the wood beside the nose. Let's just take a little break here. Okay, I don't think I have my noise reduction on, so I don't know how I'm going to edit this video. So it kind of looks like it's like got a metal hat or something on there, like it's kind of some warrior or something, and you can have a nose plate coming down on the face, like the metal nose thing. So, but we'll adjust that later, and we'll try and make it look more like a wizard's cap. I think we're going to have to push it back farther. Push it back farther means carve it deeper, so it's just not so flat on that side there. And you can see here, oh boy, let's see here if we can get this lighter set back up here again, doing it one-handed. You can see here, this got cut up a lot higher than that side. So this is where I look at the piece and I look at both sides to see if both sides of the face are equal. I can see this side of the face is a little bit bigger than this side of the face because, well, they're pretty well equal. So the mustache will kind of come down here. Then the inner mustache be like this. Kind of like that. How does that look? Looks like that friggin' little dude off the Lord of the Rings, that little shrimp guy. I forget what they are. The little carries the axe around. Anyways, let's get the camera back in the overhead, start carving in this mustache. Around the sides of the mustache. Cut here, here, inside here. Give him a bottom lip. You can do whatever you want to do. You can give him teeth if you want. I don't know if I was filming when I was doing that, but I got those two pieces cut. And then I got the bottom lip cut in. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut deep in this corner and deep in this corner in the bottom lip, and that's how you're going to make it round. Cut deep all the way down here, and then you round the lip off. All right? Sorry about that. Okay. Now we'll bring the mustache because we'll bring the mustache lower because the mustache is so high off the face. See how I'm blending the mustache into the beard there? If you want your nose to stick farther off now, no, because we got some. You can cut a little bit deeper below the nose. Okay, before I get too carried away. Okay, so bottom lips in. Got it looks round. You got some depth in there. We can take it deeper. Those two things, smile lines, they're pretty well equal. Let's see. I need to look at this off screen for a second. This cheek needs to come down a little bit more here. Okay, so now we got those lines in here. Now all we do for the nose, for the nostrils, put your center line on your nose if you want. I don't like this pen that much. Right now it's bleeding into this wood quite deep actually. So your nostrils, you just bring those lines and you bring your nostrils up and over. Right? But first, yeah, let's just do that. I'm just going to carve and shape this nose. If you guys can follow along, great. If not, well, carry on. Okay, so you can always cut beside the nose, like do a cut here and a cut here to make it seem like make it so the bridge of the nose is higher off the face. Okay. And just start rounding the nose off. This is me giving him the bumpy nose. Okay, now you cut your nostrils in. Okay, let's take a break. You know what I'm going to do before I take my break? And we'll talk about the nose and all the facial features. I'm going to carve this hat farther back in there. So it just makes more sense for me, okay? I won't show you guys that, but I'm going to carve this deeper. All right, so I know I was carving fast and heavy throughout this video, but you know, sometimes that's what I haven't really done much actual Dremel carving videos, like carving and let it run out in a long time. So yeah, here we go. Okay, so I don't know if that last clip was filming with the microphone or not, but here we go so far. This is pretty hard wood. Now when I look at I know I was going crazy on the nose. My noses usually have their own style. You guys will come to your own style. The more you practice different noses, the better you'll get at doing different noses. Okay? So now I look at this piece and what do I like about it? What don't I like about it? Well, I think it's pretty good so far, but I look at this side of this face point, like his beard would be coming down here. Then I go like this across here, and this side's too high. Well, how did that happen, if you ask yourself? How did it happen? So let's see here. Is the side of the face, let's do this from right here to about here. I think what I did here, I think I carved deeper in here than I did there, and it made this part longer down here than it did there. It's just to show you guys what you can look at to make your piece better. You know, like take the time to study your face that you're doing. Make sure both sides are equal. And I think this side, if you look at it, this side is wider than this side. It's okay. It's all right. So I think now, what to do next now? I think we'll probably, well, I don't know. We could do eyes. I don't think I'm going to really film too much in eyes because we got lots of depth in here. You got to remember, the more depth that you have in the piece, the harder it is to do the eyes. But maybe we'll try and just get the eyes out of the way. It's less frantic carving. And the beard, where do we want the beard to come to? We want it to just kind of, well, we got all this wood. Like, remember what I said? We want to keep this untouched. So the beard is kind of, remember, you're putting this pen on there. You're not going to be able to erase it. So that's the beard. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut on this side of the line, right? We're going to have some stuff like this up in there that, you know, it's just wood. So what I'm going to do, cut deep on here, and I'm going to have to remove some of this wood to get the beard. Well, we could tuck the beard inside there. Like if we cut on this line, then we take some of this wood down, and we could make the beard on the inside of this like that. Or we could make the beard, we could push this wood in and make the beard stick off. So I think the beard needs to stick off the piece, so we'll have to taper some of this wood away. That's all you can do. Just keep practicing and carrying on. Okay, so I did a little bit of more carving off screen. I gave him some cheekbones. I just carved some of the wood away there. We all do things our own ways. I also took some wood away in there on both sides. I see this one hangs farther down. I don't care really. So it just gives your piece a little bit more movement. Look, my whole goal of this video was not to touch this wood with the bit. And I was carving deep inside here. You can see it jumped out. Boom, pulled it off. So the point of this video, not to touch this wood, is shot. So now I'm going to have to adjust and take all this gray wood off here and up there too, and we'll see how I'm going to finish it and all that stuff. I'm going to carve the eyes on now. I'm not the best at carving eyes because I haven't carved that. I've carved lots of eyes, but I haven't really sat down for a good day and just get a piece of wood and practice eyes. I need to do that if I want to upgrade my carvings. One of these days, I'm just going to sit down for 2 days and just get a scrap piece of wood and practice eyes. And that's how you'll get better at doing eyes. I know the eyes are the beginner carvers or carvers, they're the biggest, hardest thing to do. Hands down, they're the hardest. And I know lots of people struggle with noses too, but the more that you do with the noses are a lot easier to do than eyes. Okay? The more you practice, the better you're going to get. And I say that because I'm not a natural born artist. Like, the more carving I do, slowly the better I get. Here, is this one of my first wood? Yeah, look, it's all dusty and stuff, but this is one of my first wood spirits right here. So look at the difference, right? But anyways, I'm going to get these eyes done. The more that you do, the better you'll get. I promise you. I guarantee it. So I got the eyes in there the best I wanted to do. I'm not even going to give this guy pupils. It's good to get yourself little diamond burrs like this. Come on, zoom in. Just a little diamond burrs and take your time. You can do eyes. Like I said earlier, the more that you practice, the better you'll get in it. It goes for me too. I just say that because, it goes for me. So I cleaned up the outside of this wood too. I just gave it a quick sanding because I wanted to. This isn't Douglas fir. Sometimes when you carve driftwood from the salt water, you can't smell the wood, but the deeper you carve into it, you can start smelling the wood. This is some kind of hard fruit wood. I don't know, maybe cherry. I'm going to be done for the day today because I don't know what I want to do here, and I don't know what I want to do up there. So I'm done for the carving for the day. I got a water bottle here. Let's give it a water test, and we can see what color this wood actually goes. So let's do it. Well, it's a pretty light wood actually, but give the water some time to absorb. Yeah, it's weird. I still don't know what type of wood it is. So when I come back tomorrow, why I'm leaving it till tomorrow? Well, it's getting late in the day. I got a sink full of dirty dishes that are starting to stink, and I got to empty the friggin' dishwasher. It's my pet peeve, but I got to do it. And it's my TV show night tonight. Gold Rush, the Hoffmans, the good old Hoffmans. His son drives me nuts with that toothpick hanging out of his mouth. I don't know if it's just if he's trying to pretend he's tough or something. But anyways, so I don't know. I still don't know what type of wood this is. It's a hardwood. It's a nice looking wood. When I was doing this hat, I said maybe to myself, maybe I should look at the grain in that hat. Maybe I should take it outside tomorrow and burn it deep with the torch and show Sugi Bannet. Huh? I don't know. Tomorrow brings a fresh mind. Okay, it's now the next day. You guys will see that I cut some beard hairs in there. I just used a Cut Salt Extreme Flame Burr. What I'm going to do now is I got this aluminum cutter. All right, for all you that don't know, these make very good beard hairs. I'll show you how I do it. They come in sets like this. I think they're like $15 or $20 a set. These are fairly aggressive cutters. These are more like plain cutters. And don't be confused between the metalworking burrs and these burrs. These ones are more aggressive than the metalworking burrs. So just type in 1/8 aluminum cutting burrs set. And then you should find these. So this one is a cylinder type and it has a cutter on the bottom. So what I do is I run this on the sharp edge and I just kind of go with the flow, and I'll just show you. So I created these deep canyons. So what I'll do is I'll let this roll over the canyon. You don't want to carve too deep because you don't want to lose the depth. This is a 2-stage beard hairs. So I'll just kind of get it like this and I'll let it roll over and I'll blend everything together. Don't just be like all over the place. Let it roll over and do it nice and smooth, and then make sure all your dots are connected and everything kind of blends together. There's still lots more to go on this piece. I thought about making this wood like it's cracked, like it's got big chunks gone there, and up top there too, but I'll think about that when I'm doing the beard hairs. Oh yeah, sorry about the microphone early in this video. I've also switched back to my older mic. I still got to get a better mic. Struggle of my life, microphones. Okay, let's turn the fan on. And just watch how I roll it over. I'm going to kind of zoom in here a bit. Just let me get done this bottom lip first, below it. And just let it roll over. And make sure your cuts are nice and close to each other. See right here, we got a deep valley in here. Let it roll down in there, up, and then over into the valley. Then in the valley, up and out. Okay, see the effect that that's given you? Just take your time. The more cuts that you do, the better it's going to look. So I'll get this all done, and we'll talk about finishing off the cap and the stuff up here. Okay, so there you go. You can see the little cuts, all the different textures it brings you. So now, let's see. I'm going to carve the wood up here and the wood down here, like the wood's cracked on the edges here, and then the wood spirits, wizard spirit, whatever it is going to be in the middle. Also, I can see that this, I'm going to need to shape this hat a bit better. I think his hat's a little bit long. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Just carry on and have fun. Okay, I got the cuts and the, Okay, I got the drawings on the bottom and the top. I'm going to use this 3-point cheap Chinese cutter. Like it's got 3 flutes on it to cut. These are pretty aggressive when they're new, but they get dull super fast. So I'm just going to cut this, and I'll film a little bit live, but I need to concentrate kind of doing this, I guess. I don't know. Turn it and I go with the grain. So with these bits, unless you're plunging in and doing some deep, crazy cuts like this, it's better to go with the grain, like a gouge. All right, so that's that. I had a lot more problems with this bottom part because I made this I wasn't planning on doing this. If I was planning on doing it, I could have done it a lot better. How's that for an easier an answer? But that's easier because the hat's tucked under there. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this outside with my little tiny butane torch because I don't have my bigger torch here. And I'm going to burn this hat really good. I'm going to burn deep inside here. I tried to make it look like there's two layers of the cracks, but I didn't want to carve any deeper. So it's going to be, the hat's going to be burnt really good. And underneath the hat, I'll burn some of those cracks a bit. And I'll burn deep inside here. And I will probably hit the mustache in the face a little bit. So anyways. Got almost my pumpkins sold. These two are sold. All the small pumpkins are sold. Anyways. Okay, so I got all the burning done that I wanted to do. For the very beginning wood carvers, I don't care how hard the wood is, how soft the wood is. Well, harder wood, you don't burn away as much detail as you do than softer wood. But all wood, the more you burn it, the more you burn away your detail, like these things here. So, if you look up here, trying to burn inside there makes no sense because there's a thin cut line. Your flame of your torch can't hit there. And lots of spots in here because it's too thin of a cut. So you see that in here? See all those colors of wood there? So what I did down here to fix that problem, I got some watered down black paint. Okay, just acrylic paint. And I got a brush and I just did this. Let's see. That's all you need to do. Instead of trying to burn that away, you're going to burn in there and get that burn deep inside there to get that wood color to go away. You're going to burn away all your details. So just get some watered down paint. Give you another example here. There, done. Okay. So I'm going to get that all painted inside here, let it dry. Then we're going to sand this. I'm going to sand the hat with this Scotch-Brite on the sanding mandrel. Okay, that's what you use for the Show Susie band effect. You can Google Show Susie band. It's an old Japanese thing that they used to do to protect the wood on their houses. It closes the pores in the wood supposedly. But anyways, I'll get the painting done, let it dry, and then we'll hit the hat with this. Okay, all the burning's done. Something that I want to point out now. So remember earlier in the video when I said carve deep in this corner and this corner? So when you carve deep in there and you make the lip round, that's not the best lip, but anyways, when you carve deep in there and then you paint or you burn in there, when you do all the sanding around here, like I just showed my sanding manual, I kind of just hit this quick. When you do the sanding, that dark stays in there because your sander doesn't reach it, so it gives you the darker effect. You see that? Now there's a Shosugi band on the hat. Now it's not that bumpy. Well, it is a little bit. All wood does the Shosugi band, pooped her pants different, right? So here we go. There's a full visual of it. Now I don't have any of that spray clear coat because I use it all on the pumpkins, man. I go through lots of that with pumpkins. So I got this wipe on poly, okay? But here's the thing, all right? Inside here where I burnt really deep and I painted black, it's char in there. Like I don't know if I don't want to knock this piece over, but it's still loose charcoal in there, loose black char in there. So you don't want to wipe it on inside there with a brush because if you do, you're going to get it all on the outside of this wood too, right? Because the black's going to transfer down here. So I don't know if Ben's studio on the lakes, what he's been up to, but this is a little, sorry Ben if you're watching, this is a little water bottle he sent me with the watercolor painting set that he sent me. This is all I could find right now, but I put some of this wipe on poly inside here so I can spray it so I don't brush it on. Okay? Now look how fast this wood, watch how fast, watch right here. Watch how fast this wood absorbs stuff. Look how fast it dries out. So I'm going to get this all done. I got to open the window in here. And when you use this stuff, you have to give it good time amount to dry and give it a good few coats. Well, any clear coat, you have to give it a good few coats. All right, so let me get this done and we'll finish this video off. Also, when you use this stuff, don't put it on too thick. Like spray it on, let it absorb a bit for a couple minutes, 10 minutes. I don't know what they suggest, how long, but then wipe the extra stuff off because if you don't, this stuff can dry like kind of like whitish a bit. So anyways, okay, so there you go. That's it for this one. Couple things I would have liked to do different. Well, maybe basically one thing is make that bottom lip a little bit smaller. Doesn't matter. You can carve pupils in there, paint them black if you want. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just going to kind of, Larry Dibb suggested that I put some Viking runes on here. That would look pretty cool too. Yeah, I think it turned all right. I'm satisfied. So I hope there was some tips in this video. I tried to give the best tips I know how to give, I guess. Hope everybody's doing good, being safe. Gonna start carving Christmas trees here pretty soon. But first of all, I gotta make a pumpkin totem pole. This is the friggin' stand for it. So I'm gonna make a video for this too. Just a simple stand, put a light in there, shining up the totem pole, and carry on. Carving Fusion. Over and out. Don't shit your pants.